Make sure everything's working as usual. Okay. Love the good old stop start.
Traces of the supernatural reveal themselves more often than intelligent and
Alrighty.
reasonable men.
Let's jump back into it. Where were we? Notkins Palace. Yeah, it's kind of funny. Feels like I'm sort of rediscovering this game by streaming it almost. So it has been a while since I've done a whole big playthrough into the throes of day 6. Okay, so we got an abandoned. Yeah, this is abandoned because the warehouse was infected yesterday. Okay, I'll just see if I can I move. I don't know how good that sounds. We'll soon find out, I'm sure. Got my other mic back anyway. Stand all fixed, so that's something, I suppose. All right. Quest for today. We got nothing today. Do we have any letters? What we do need is more food. It has been running a bit low. I say as I carry around 4 things of vegetables, but low, quote unquote. What I would like to do is get to young Vlad's house and get the map, because it really is just a really useful visual aid for me. Let's see. No, Plague Cloud's going to jump me there, so I'll just do the skirt around the border of the. There's a cloud there. I mean, we're already infected, but I don't want to make it any worse. And there we go. So this is our first encounter with Pyromaniacs. So there was actually a quest yesterday that I didn't do, an Angel's quest, which would have led almost seamlessly, narratively, into the introduction of these characters, because the lady whose heart that we got yesterday, that was the Hunchback's daughter, and then basically he gathers all of his friends and starts and supplies fire bombs to everyone. So now we've got more dangerous looters than just the guys with the knives who you can cheese pretty easily. The flame guys are almost just not worth looking at. It's best just to run past them. They don't have a melee attack that you can easily cheese. They just have this Molotov. The exterminators are planning to storm the Termitary. Stop them. What exterminators? The arsonists have been terrorizing the town. Mad fanatics gathered by Var the Usurer. He's a former fire eater or firefighter or something. So this is the Hunchback Var. And what's really interesting about Var is the way that he's like recast in the second game to be no longer a hunchback. Like is the bluntest way you can say that. There's no physical deformity or disability that he has in the second game, but he still maintains the same sort of shady characteristics. I think in the second game, yeah, he's got like a scar over his eye, so he's blind in one eye, but that's about it. So I found that a really interesting change. I was wondering, yeah, maybe they didn't want to make a detailed character like that, a new character model entirely. They just used one of the step men. But no, I found that a curious decision, I guess you'd say. Didn't take him long to gather a bunch of similarly insane maniacs who sworn to burn out the disease with fire, as is traditional. So fire can actually burn out the disease, provided that you don't kill yourself getting burned. Is there any way to stop the assault? Well, you can't stop the assault itself, but the informers who reported that to me said that at 10 o'clock, Var the Hunchback and a few others will be around there to scout out the area and look for a way to pry open the barricaded entrance. At 10 o'clock, they're going to gather at the Termitary's entrance after dark. When the Hunchback approaches the hallway, he needs to be shot. I think it would be best to lie in wait right there. All this time I've been looking for someone brave enough to do this for a sizable reward. Reward from your father? No, from me personally. 10,000. Alright, I'll talk to your father.
Who
and
lives
I've
with
come
her?
for the map and 1,000. Okay, so now we can see. So the town is looking worse and worse. But today we've mainly got a clear run through this upper middle section, and we just got looters to contend with down here. Whereas here, going anywhere over here is going to be dodgy. And if I know Pathologic, the main quest will require us to wander into these districts more than once on this day. Do we get any letters? Evening letter from the powers that be. So I haven't really talked about these before. These letters. So the Bachelor basically is his character like letter gets letters directly from the powers that be. So he's the one most connected to these sort of figures of authority in the capital. The Artemy gets diary entries from his father's journal that he obviously gets a chance to read like once a day in the early morning, and Clara gets letters from Clara, I guess you'd say. Um, so these are really interesting because they give us a window into a world that doesn't really exist otherwise in the game. Um, in the original game, I guess you get some, not in the original, in the second game, you get some dialogue that sort of alludes to the presence of the powers that be and these sort of really authoritarian figures, because that's where the Inquisitor comes from, that's where the army comes from. But there's also still something funny about you're not really intimate with them. You don't really get an insight into the powers that be, right? You don't understand who they are necessarily, or why they work the way they do, or even how they're sort of keeping tabs on the situation. So these letters, it's implied that throughout the game we'll learn that yes, the doctor is indeed in. Welcome. Um, so with the powers that be, what was I saying? Um, yes, it's alluded that the powers that be know exactly everything that's going to happen over the course of the game. Um, Basically, we sort of get this extra insight into the fact that there's someone sort of shady pulling the strings almost. Because these letters can't be coming in from the outside. Uh, and if they're not coming in from the outside, then, well, there's something very fishy going on. Okay, so I just need to zoom out and make a little plan here. Hmm. So I guess I could go into this district here and kill some looters, but yeah, I don't know. I'm infected, so we'll have a go. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Okay. All right. So I'm just getting my groove on. It's my week a week since streaming. It's just like in a long week, so I'm just trying to get my just trying to get my brain working. Um, okay, so yeah, we can safely tackle this guy because he decided to go for this guy for no reason. This knife obviously has got zero durability. Hang on, what do you want? Did I hit this guy by accident? Well, he's not exactly threatening. Can listen to some good music. Can I just ask if the game volume is okay? That's something that I've been playing around with the last couple of streams. There's always something slightly iffy about it, you know. So I just want to make sure that you can actually hear the music. Not and there's not very much dialogue, but it's always cool to hear that too. Okay, this guy he likes me a little bit too much, so look at him. He's a big he's a big fan. Three looters. I don't like that very much. Take the long way around. Okay, yeah. There's so in this one there's almost no dialogue. Oh god, what have I done? I'll toggle the music up just a little bit, um, just to like, oh, not that loud, to 50%, 50 something. Okay, yeah. So there's almost no dialogue when you enter into conversation with an important character. You'll hear some dialogue, but yeah, otherwise nothing. Really, what have I done? This is bad. I can go in and leave them, but I almost don't want to. There's something really. They're chasing this guy, but this guy is chasing me. Oh yeah. I wonder if I should just attract like this big conga line of people. Because if I kill the guy, oh, I've added a rat to the conga line. This is bad. So we got a rat. We've got several patrolmen. We got 3 burglars, and the rat and the man. Okay. What am I doing? Should I kill them? I don't know. I don't have a good knife equipped is the problem. It'll take me like 50 hits. Please, stop. Um. Oh, here's another one. I think my favorite detail is that there's just other people walking around like it's nothing. Are you serious? And there's the disease kicking in. Okay, look, I'll help you, and then we can all be friends. Okay, no, we can't. It doesn't get much groovier than this, though, right? Like, this is some amazing. I think the Mandalore Gaming is like calls it Mongolian trip hop or something, and just all these people are just having a blast. Yeah, upbeat for a combat theme too. It's very energetic compared to the rest of the music. And yeah, it is cool how there are like, if you're comparing the map to Pathologic 2, it's not like a one-to-one translation, but enough of the elements are still there so that anyone who's just played that one can really easily figure it out. Okay, I'm gonna try and if they kill this guy for me, then that's dealt with one problem, and then these guys can kill the rest of them. No, oh, the knife got him. Ouch. All right. So they will have looted everything. What an auspicious beginning. The morning of the 6th day has come. We lost a lot of people. 660 people currently dead, plus a couple more. Day 6, in which the Bachelor is offered several possible sources of the infection to choose at his discretion. So I didn't get any resources from that, but to be honest, I think that was 100% worth it. Okay. Hang 5, I'll just... or hang 1, really. I'm just going to get a drink. My throat's a bit scratchy. Alright. So, we're going to have to wait a bit longer for the quest to come up. So we can go and try and deal with Var and his fire bombers, but that's a really hard quest. And I don't really want to do it because the one time I've ever completed it was a profound amount of save scumming. I killed one guy, ran back around the corner, saved, killed another one, saved. It was an awful experience, and I don't really know if anyone needs to watch that, but if there's enough interest, I can try. Okay, hello.
I'm having chest pain.
You know, I'm almost happy now, my dear Daniil. I found a way to help you, but hush, for now it's a secret. You have a peculiar look in your eye, Ava, as though you're not quite yourself. Have some sleep, you must be exhausted. So I don't think I've been in here for a while. I've just been sleeping randomly all over the city. Um, so ordinarily on a first playthrough, you'd probably want to be centering yourself around this place because it feels really natural for story progression reasons. But since I've played this too much, it just so happens that I realize I can sleep anywhere that's convenient. Troubling news, Bachelor. An accident of disastrous proportions has taken place in the cathedral. At least 1,000 people have died. The town is ripe for another murderous witch hunt. From Victor. So that's wonderful news. Okay. Unfortunately, I'd already stationed myself over here. I actually forget which quest corresponds to each day, so it's almost like playing the game fresh at this stage because I've forgotten exactly the order of events. So I know we're coming up towards an end game of sorts. We're on day 6. All right, Victor, in your weird divided up mansion.
Who is it you have
Okay.
upstairs?
So yesterday you managed to capture this disease. So I've heard anyway. Town is abuzz with horrifying rumors of people being dissected alive. Obviously, I don't believe those. The more dangerous kind of rumors are, it turns out, those about you acquiring a sample of infected blood. All these rumors are not groundless. More importantly, they say you are now able to track the shape-shifting disease carrier, comparing their blood to that sample you obtained yesterday. If they are one of the townsfolk, it can't be that hard to recognize them. Also true, this is a witch hunt in the making. As if dim-witted blackguards murdering women in the streets wasn't enough, it seems our governor is now inclined to extend his greedy reach towards the town's notable people. Several young women stand accused after the cathedral business. What happened to the cathedral? A disease carrier got into the cathedral last night. Everyone inside perished. Yes, making it past your impregnable quarantine. Human or spirit, it's very clear now this is an individual who can walk and is probably quite malicious. Many people are reveling in this particular certainty. So this is new information. How so? An inquisitor arrives tomorrow. It seems to me that someone wants to dispose of several young women before his coming. Presently, the sword of justice hangs suspended over Yulia and Lara. They have been arrested on Sabarov's authority, but Vlad Olgimsky hasn't been idle either. If the girls survive until tomorrow, the inquisitor will establish the truth. But someone is eager to get ahead of him. What does Olgimsky have to do with this? The Olgimskys claim they can prove the girl's innocence. Perhaps they already know who the real culprit is. Somehow I have no doubt about that. I've heard the criminal is being kept inside the termitary. I see. Alright, off to chat to Big Vlad. And every time, I mean, I've said it so many times before, but it's just the best ugly fireplace I've ever seen. 1,000 rounds of applause to whomever rendered that, modelled it. And can we enter the cathedral yet? We can. So there's some nasty businesses going on, a bunch of dead people. Obviously restrained by the limits of the age of the game. There's, for all the sounds of havoc, there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, about 10 bodies in here when we're supposed to have sort of jammed dozens in here. And there's still lots of people alive, so that's good. Dirty lies, all of it. Let me tell you, that salty liquid was neither water nor tears. The foul man-eater sprinkled people's lips with blood. That's what she did. Notkin told me that in the age of the blind aurochs skin, there used to be a rite that worked just like that. What do you mean? Blood. I'm talking about blood. We obviously have to find her now. How is that hard to grasp? More man-eater hunting? Well, it's a very lackluster hunt. Consider the culprit already found. Cathedral guards were bribed by one of the ladies of particular notoriety. So it was she that did the whole thing, that's clear as day, crept into the cathedral naked with just a cloak on, and sprayed the beds with rat blood. That was her plan, that the half-awake people wouldn't be able to realize what's going on in their sleepy confusion. What happened here? It happened at night. They woke up in the morning to find that there were only two types of people in the cathedral, the dead and the soon-to-be. Tried to force the doors, both the lucky and the not so much, but no can do. No unauthorized exit. And here you go, 500 stiffs. Thankfully, at least none of our guys were inside when that happened. Those dumbheads. Watch your tongue, you brat. So, as usual, as the Bachelor found out on the first day, there's kind of a misogynistic undertone to the people of the town. Women are the general target of these manhunts. So apparently, this perpetrator came in and had also caught a bunch of rats, just like I did, but dumped them all or all their blood on people's beds while they were sleeping. And they say 500 dead, so I assume while I was being conga lined around, I just simply didn't notice the fact that there were hundreds of bodies being carted outside and buried, I suppose. So I'm going to take the safe route to Big Vlad. And we also need to talk to Sabarov because he's just, every day, he just gets more and more stuff to answer for. The power that we gave him is being abused, which I think is a really cool twist of the tale because he initially seems like your friend, but it turns out he was just really hungry to gain more power and finally get one over on the other ruling families, which has sort of held stuff over him for years because he doesn't have any real power in a city with no real emergencies. Hello. What price are your meals? Oh my goodness. How much is egg? 1,800 for egg. No thanks. So today I'm probably going to be avoiding buying any food. Doesn't really seem worth it to me. I do. It's such a good touch that the economy fluctuates, even if it is in a predictable way. If you've played the game more than once, I still think it is a really good touch especially on a first playthrough, because you can't predict or memorize any particular twists or turns, which really is to a certain degree quite priceless. How's my infection's climbing a little bit? So tourniquet useless. I'll just do the theatre bin run. Check all the bins, see if anyone's left some water. Yes. Got another letter. Olgimsky's morning note. Artemy, with whom we share a relationship based on mutual trust, has told me you have the key to the mystery of the Shabnak Adder. And then, so he's basically just inviting us to come and identify the woman, which I was already going to do. He wouldn't have had the opportunity to even send me that letter if I hadn't been distracted by rummaging through trash, which, as we all know, is integral to the experience of Pathologic. If you've ever played it, there's only one way to go, and that is being a trash monger. It does make me wonder why people in this town throw anything out anyway if they know that they can exploit their junk in the barter system to other people. But I'm very glad that they do chuck their things out because it makes things much easier for me. If there was a hard mode where where there were no bins, I think that would be a very interesting challenge to set oneself. Probably a bad idea too. But... Okay, what do we got here? What is his prices? Oh, horrible as well. So yeah, basically just don't buy anything today. It seems to be the general gist of things. Got another letter. Capella's morning note. My father will be looking for you today. Please come see me before you see him. I have something very important to tell you. Rivers of blood were already spilled, and more will be spilled today. Okay. So it's a good thing I went rummaging, because apparently we need to talk to Vlad's daughter Capella first. So we'll see. See what interesting things she has to say. Or whether we'll just be hoodwinked yet again by children in this game. Such good rain sound. Very soothing. Alright, Capella. I don't think I've spoken to you since day one.
A plague bearer got into the cathedral.
everyone who was there died. Is that true?
Okay. There were two very long pauses there, so I thought I was about to be able to jump in and speak, but no. I guess you can always tell if they have more to say if they leave their mouth hanging slightly open. Fire starters are planning to attack the termitary. Did you know that? Why? They want to burn out the infection. They believe that's where it's coming from. You can hear most horrible rumors about the termitary these days, and my father doesn't even want to move a finger. Probably take advantage of the arson if someone wants to set the termitary afire. Do not say so. Oh, I really, really want to believe that. That father has nothing to do with this terrible plan. How did you find out about it? My brother somehow did. He seems to care, truly. He is dying to stop them personally, but doesn't yet know how. I only hope there will be no dying. Yeah, well, I've spoken to him already, so yep, don't worry about it. You later. You wasted your time. I'm sorry, but yeah, the rain is so atmospheric. It's not. Yeah, it doesn't drown out any of the actual noise, but the it just feels it's a very natural rain sound, as well as very natural just environmental sounds as well.
Why are my children like this?
Bachelor, do you know what happened in the cathedral? Yes, Sabarov insists it could have been either Lara or Yulia. I'm sure both are innocent, though. Either Anna Angel or a criminal harborer called Asperty must be the culprit. Am I correct in assuming you must be familiar with both of those ladies? That doesn't feel right. Well, you've got your ultimate proof, a specimen of infected blood. Go ahead and compare it against their samples. What are your grounds to suspect them? They are outsiders. They wish us ill. I'll check their blood up, but I wish them nonsense. I think this is nonsense. Okay. So, what we now have to do, so we need to see Sabarov and investigate why he's framing the people he's framing. Um, Now, see, I told you at the very start of the day, there is only one possibility when all of this area is infected, and that is the main quest will be in this horrible infected area. So that is, this pathologic just has trained me too well. If adversity is around the corner, you know that there is going to be no way of avoiding adversity unless you want to suffer horrible negative consequences. So I'm going to be slightly cowardly and take the long way around. Um, because I'm already infected, um, and I really don't want to speed that process along. I'll still have to walk through the infected district. I just don't want to have to deal with uh, going through it twice. Basically, I do like as well how you can see it adds a new level of atmosphere when you can see opposite riverbank, just the patrolman tracking down the guards. Is there any way past here? Is there a gate in this back? No, damn, I thought there was. Don't know why I thought that, but alright, back we wander. Another letter. Maria Kane's caution. I must warn you while I still can. Later today, the governor is going to play a disgusting maneuver in which you are assigned the role of a hanging judge. Be on your guard. Do not let them seduce you with whatever tempting defendants they will parade before you. They are innocent of this, I have no doubt. And now I have to go see Maria as well. So we're being bounced all around the place by letters. And I think probably on this day, it seems that letters have taken on a greater level of importance to the story. They're now being used as a driving factor of the story and something to consider while playing the main quest rather than just an initiator of the main quest. And that's also an interesting shift in the way we're sort of presented with details. Um, I guess it's optional certainly to read the letters, and also I don't know why I came in here. I already know you're overcharging. Um, it's it's another way to optionally present additional information. So it's up to the player whether they think they have time to go out and seek that additional context. Um, it's just all to do with time management, and these are all different ways that the game is pulling you in different directions, trying to get you not to waste time, but to get you to value your time a bit more, which is a really interesting, unique, unique strategy um, in video games. Okay, here we go. So these guys are a terrible throw, but you just don't want to engage them because if they hit you, you're kind of screwed. And you'll notice that the plague clouds have changed into the form of giant angels of death, which is absolutely just. That's exactly what we want to see. So we know things have gotten more serious from this point on, simply through the game's use of visuals and the ramping up of like narrative elements. Like all these characters are now in serious danger.
What?
Do you already know what happened in the cathedral? Yes. Tragic, but at least it makes our jobs easier. The man-eater rumors turned out to be true. If we catch her, things will get better. I don't want to believe that it's Lara or Yulia, but the evidence is just too obvious to let them walk, isn't it? Did you order to arrest Lara and Yulia? I'm going to. If we fail to establish which one of the two it was, both are going to the dungeons to wait for the Inquisitor's arrival. On what grounds? Most solid. Items belonging to them were found inside the cathedral. Lara was even identified. Those few who were still able to speak mentioned her name. Lara, or was it Clara, maybe? Whatever shape this man-eater takes, I will unmask her. The anonymous person who bailed out the murderous criminals and emptied the jail yesterday, that too was a woman. She came there twice, and the disease broke out in the left wing of the jail after her first visit. But why do you think that it was one of the young women in question? Who else could have bailed them out? Anyone. Okay. Now I have a choice. So I guess the smartest decision would probably be to go down through here, get the dangerous elements out of the way, and then we can cycle back through and do some of the safer maneuvering through town again. So I'm going to try and get through here with unscathed, but goodness knows it is not going to be easy because plague clouds, the angels I think are a bit faster, and we've got to maneuver through three infected districts. And chances are, if I hadn't been caught yesterday by that stupid rat, then I would have been caught by something today. It's just the way I see it going. I could sneak into an infected house as well and try and loot some stuff, since I am already infected. But we'll see. We'll see how that goes as well. Just keeping a good eye on my resources. Okay. It's good just to... You'll see the red bar down the bottom of the screen, hopefully. And there's some more plague faces. So yeah, you see it's just a barrage. I don't know if it increases the longer you stay in a plague district. I have a feeling it probably does. But it's just, yeah, you sort of have to duck inside every now and again to sort of reset those.
They say Inquisitors can do anything. Their power is unrestricted.
Ah, how I wish to give this place the laugh. The sooner the better. Anna, you're accused of what happened to the cathedral. Let's just open it up. It wasn't me. It's Clara. It was her. It's all her doing. Even the Sabarovs have acknowledged it. They're horrified, I've been told. Torn apart between affection and duty. Katerina has torn her clothes to pieces, hair unstrung, wallowing naked at her husband's feet, begging to spare her daughter. Clara? Why Clara? Because no longer than yesterday afternoon she bragged she knew a secret passage into the cathedral. Moreover, she was planning to get inside. Go ahead and find her. It's her doing. Why is it that every time something ghastly happens in this town, there's always a finger pointing at me? I need a sample of your blood. My blood? That's news. Do you think my blood is of different color and thus deserves your most careful scrutiny? So you can say, I'm waiting, or you can go immediately to ultra hostile. How about I shoot you, you mezzo soprano, huh? It's not like there'll be anyone to mourn the loss. And you know me, if something is required for the job to be done, I'll just say I'm waiting. Because I don't want to be a dick. Here, take it. I have nothing to be afraid of. I just don't like the sight of blood is all. Ouch! Does it have to be so painful? Why are you taking so much? I'm going to faint. You're going to kill me, you butcher. But I'm not guilty. You can sort of imagine like the screen fading to black almost if this was like a voiced game and sort of like, ouch! Why does it have to be so painful? Sort of almost played for laughs. So she's very strongly she's a big hypochondriac and also very paranoid. Just in case you didn't pick up on that. We'll wait and see. Perhaps until the autopsy. Okay, how many spaces in my MISC inventory do I have? None. So I can drop this... Actually, do you have a drawer I can put some junk in? Maybe she doesn't. No, I'll just have to drop some stuff on your floor. Don't need this. Don't need this. I need to clear one more space, but I might save that. We'll see. Hold on to that stuff, will you? You know, it's very valuable to me. Okay, back out we go into the disease. Oh, who's after me? See if I can. Yeah, we'll try and go out this long alley here. But I can see a Molotov cocktail thrower. Oh god, that I have no idea how I dodged that, and how did I dodge that and not the rat? I will never understand. See, look at him, pure malevolence, crawling around thinking he owns the place. The guards didn't even do anything about the rats. They just let him. They just let him live. Oh god. Oh, oh, crap. I have no idea why the fates decided to spare me then, but there you go. Okay. Gonna have to dodge a few rats here. That's okay. It's better than dodging Molotov cocktails, because the rats, you can, as long as they tag along behind you, they're fine. Am I going the right way? No, I turned into the wrong area, but I can do some weaving. Weave. Excuse me. Alright. So, contrary to your opinion, Arteminx, I actually quite like Asperty.
Perhaps turning inside out will help?
I've started to miss you already. Asperty, you're accused of being a man-eater. They'll come for you soon. What is a Shabnak? It's an evil spirit wearing woman's flesh over its bones. Well, that's one way to segue a little bit. Shabnak can be detected by several distinct signs. Its arms are too long, all of its toes are the same length. You can see teeth peeping out from under its skin. Whoa. Whoa, indeed. I'm always happy to help. Want me to help you catch the monster? You're failing at this anyway. Almost a week has passed, but people keep dying and dying and dying and dying. Sure, go ahead. Where to start? Perhaps the examination of the suspects would help. Of course it will. Here's how it goes. Whoa. Yeah, whoa. It's almost not something you see. Personally, I don't see him. I don't see the Bachelor saying that, but, you know, whatever. Whoa. But whoa. You gather all the ladies that you find disconcerting in the cathedral. It won't be hard seeing how it's empty now. You light up a huge fire by the entrance. You make them strip naked and begin a very thorough examination, looking for the sharp protrusions from beneath the skin. You don't find any, of course. Then, I have an alternative solution. I'm just going to cut you off. How about we take a look at your blood? Blood is unnecessary. Look for the teeth. So do you want to hear the rest or not? Anyway, sooner or later one of them will break, unable to endure it any longer and make a dash for it in tears. Straight into the fire, of course. And that's when her true nature will become apparent. She'll turn all black, she'll howl and wail, her fingers will become crooked. It'll be pretty obvious then that she's no human. Sure, now stand still. Don't worry, the needles are new. That's enough of your folk horror. Trial by fire witchcraft. Okay, now we need to cut back across, so we'll just go through the abandoned district. Maybe how many bullets? 14 bullets. Yeah, maybe I'll pop into an abandoned house and see. Could do with some more money and more medicine. It's just always helpful. Okay. I do. It feels very serene on the edge of town. It's always been one of my favorite places. Okay, infection steadily climbing. Let's pop another one of these. Bandage. Let's bandage up that plague. Hold it in. I like to imagine, the Bachelor just ends the game looking like a mummy or something. Plague can't get me if none of my skin is exposed. And then that didn't quite work for all of the plague victims, did it? Okay. No, it's just a lot of walking. We've sort of done a fairly dangerous stint already. Hopefully, we can find someone worth trading with. I don't know why I said let's look for a looter house, because this is the warehouse district, so there's not going to be any looter houses here. There's another crazy guy. Which way is the best way? We want to talk to Maria, so we'll cut back through here again. It's another nice big loop. Okay. I just found the presentation of the station to be really weird and interesting. It looks much more futuristic than anything else in town. I suppose you could say the polyhedron as well, but the station is very like highly futuristic, industrial sort of vibes. That's what it always gave to me, and it sort of dwarfs everything else too in the area. I guess this is like a minor, a minor relic. A plane crash. That's a really great it's a really great visual as well of what it looks like. Just something that shouldn't be there, like wholly unnatural. So I guess it's the third piece of the puzzle, the industrial slot that slides between future ideology and this sort of looking back into sort of Stone Age past. It's this industrial fusion almost that made the town itself possible. It is the lifeline for the town, the station. But funnily enough, as you say, it looks like a plane crash, like something like a disaster zone or some unholy fusion of things. It looks like it shouldn't be there at all. Come back, little girl. I need to ask you if you have any drugs. Thank you for stopping. Why not? Sure. No schmatters for me today. I need to go see. From this way, I can go have a look inside a looter house. Because I do think it's worth it. I've always struggled to get through plague houses in this game. It just doesn't seem worth it to me, but looter houses are a lot more predictable and approachable. Get him, guys, get him. Bandages. Yep, I know now the combat theme started because I'm doing some intense bartering. That's why. And as usual, when I walk into this district, all hell breaks loose. Okay. This is Var's house. I actually might see if there are any looters in Var's house on this day. There probably is. They'll probably scare the shit out of me. But we'll see. Maybe not. Battling / bartering music, exactly. They're both. Yeah, one's a physical battle, and the other is a social battle of the wits. Oh, sweet. Okay, some medicine for free, basically. I don't think there's actually anyone in here, so I guess this is just a free. This is like a free loot. Bartling music, perfect. Bartle themes. There's Bartle test, I think, actually, which determines what kind of MMO player you are, but it's still like vaguely reminiscent of what kind of general player you are. Bartle test, I think that's what it's called. I think I'm an explorer and an achiever, which it's sadly very accurate. If you barter with a gun out, then technically, yes. Although I think you could probably consider that robbery. But I suppose in some form it's bartering. Yeah, your money or your life. Yeah, that's what highwaymen were, right? They were just very, very good at bartering. They came up with a deal you just couldn't refuse. Okay, we'll try this house. Yeah, battle test. It's really cool. Oh crap! Transactions come in many forms. That's perfect. It feels like if there was like a Highwayman's Guild, that's exactly what they'd have like written on their sign. Oh, that's fantastic. Curtain. Wasted several bullets there that I didn't need to, so that's not great. Hopefully there's stuff in here that redeems this for me, but it's not looking good. Where's my Highwayman's Union? That's what I'm asking. Okay. No sense taking kerosene. It's basically useless. It's not even worth. It's not worth enough to get me taking it. Bottle of water. See, that's really funny. Like, it's a little plastic bottle. Like, that's what it looks like. That's not at all what the image here. I always thought that. Where is it? I always thought it looked more like a wine bottle, but in the in-game render is very, very different. Okay. Sorry. Ultra paranoid. All right. Who's next? Hello. Anyone else? Okay. More kerosene, syringe. Yeah, no point taking that stuff. I'm really just after food and medicine, but I mean, and I know there's not much of that around, which is understandable. But another curtain, I suppose. Why not? Okay. One more floor. This really has not been worth it. I do like how empty and sort of desolate this particular house type feels. Like, just so little furniture. The rooms are all really open. Just really strange. Like, it's this really unusual space. I've always quite liked that. Like, it's some house that you've been to before, but not really, you know? I guess it's that, yeah, the sort of a house that's in the stages of either being moved out of or moved into, in an in-between state, which I like very much. Okay, so there's no one else up here, but I guess we got some medicine. But yeah, wasted a couple too many bullets for this to have really been worth it. But okay, that's alright. Let's go see Maria. What's the time? 11:33. Yeah, what a waste. What a waste. Okay. I need to have something to eat. See if they got anything good. 5, yeah, I'll give you 5. Can wolf this down. Really do trust these patrolmen who are just standing by the side of the road for who knows how long with just meat in their pockets. Highly, highly recommended. Hello.
Great souls are not those who have fewer passions and more virtues than the common, but those only who have greater designs.
I like how everyone in this game speaks as though it's their last breath or something, and they're using all their focus to just get one sentence out. Really adds to the atmosphere. Everything's sort of crumbling into dust. Tomorrow everything will change. Something bothering you? I feel a powerful surge of life force. How strange. I expected to be overcome with it on the first day when Simon died. It's only happening now. Time to begin. What are you talking about? Nothing of importance? I love seeing how unexpectedly, peculiarly, and precisely every omen, prediction, and foretelling comes true. It's time for me to begin fulfilling my duty. Seems like my time has come, Bachelor Dankowski. What are you going to do? Oh, I don't know yet. It'll become apparent soon. For now, I want to stay alone. I'll be sleeping. I want to dream about Mother and Simon. I I want to ask them questions. Sleep. So that's not really relevant, but it does give us further context for future days, which is still cool. And we could afford to sort of spare some of that time. Do I have a lockpick? I don't. I really thought I did. I guess I left them. 80% Explorer. Nice. What are the four categories? It's like Killer, Explorer, Achiever, and Socializer, right? I think. Yeah, I really can't remember the exact qualities I got in the first time I ran through the test, but it was definitely Explorer and Achiever. I don't think I was much. I don't think I was much of either a Socializer or a Killer in games. Despite how many people have died under my watchful. Yeah, cool. I was right. Yeah, uh, it is. It is really interesting. And I see you're more of a socializer than I am. Yeah, it is really interesting. It's not like 100% accurate or anything, or like a conclusive way to define what games you should or shouldn't play. But it's an interesting way to contextualize your own sort of thought process when you play games. It is really cool. Um, Explorer though has always been my thing as well. Say this, duh, 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 and I'll take your lockpick, so I can break into your house. I mean, nothing. Another needle. It's a shame she wasn't fossicking through the bins as well. She would have got that needle. Hello. Pills. How many knives I have? I'll just give you. Although no, it's not quite worth it. I'll wait for a better one of you to come along. But I have so many sharp things. And those guys love sharp things. Which I know is so responsible of The Bachelor. Another 5. I just react with revulsion whenever I see a tourniquet anymore. It's just like, no, it's not worth it.
Yulia wanted to see Clara for some reason.
Do I really want to mess with a 6-year-old who controls the entire town's drug trade? No, that's probably true. I think she probably has some powerful friends. Is there anything I can do to be of help? Good day, Lara. The governor believes it's... Good day, Daniil. I'm not offended at all. You don't have to say anything. Do you need my hand, my arm? I want to talk to you first. Where were you last night? I stayed in, just like you advised everyone to. I found out about the cathedral my usual way by listening to the shouting in the streets. And then my former milk lady, she's still alive, can you imagine that? Knocked on my window and told me about my necklace. What necklace? I had antique jewellery. It was very dear to me. And not just me, Sir Martin offered me 10,000 for it. A fortune back then, especially for an ordinary Kamane tree necklace with dark metal lacework. I don't really think it was worth that much, although the carving was magical. The beads from this necklace were found at the cathedral. Are you crying? The beads were in their mouths. These poor unfortunates were muttering that Mara sprayed her tears over them. Others said she kissed them. The rest claimed she offered them water. People called these beads Laravel's tears. And now everyone will think it was my doing. I'll dissuade them. Check my blood first. It's only fair. At least you won't have any doubts that you're telling the truth then. Thank you, Lara. Okay, I do still need one space. Hopefully I can find a kid. You brag about the fine jewellery of the necklace, even as it's used as a evidence in a horrible 500 people dead sort of murder, basically. Please have Schmouder. Please, I'm begging you. May the RNG gods favour me this day. No. Bullet. Yeah, I really need to start bartering more. I neglected it the last couple of streams, so need some more resources. I'm starting to. That early game confidence is it's not going to sustain me through this whole experience, no matter how many times I played through it. Let's go see Yulia though, and then we'll have to run back to Ava and test the blood in the microscope. I will have to. What will I drop? Guess I'll drop this. Okay. Hello. This is such an unusual house. I love it.
Yes.
So, what is the news? Any further discoveries? Yesterday, I finally saw the murderer and a very unpleasant sight. Oh, is that so? Would you tell me more? A disgusting worm with a horned head and a cluster of long, clawed feelers. There is a characteristic heaviness at the bottom of its body. When dormant, it resembles a woman in a wedding gown. I'm kidding. It looks nothing like that. Coincidences every which way. Am I being delirious? Why else would no one recognize what is so obvious to me? What are you talking about? Something of my own, I guess. Hidden causes and surprising effects. So what do you have in mind? Everything happens for a reason. There is always just one single detail, one source from which fateful consequences emerge. Remove the source and the balance will be re-established. Who knows, a single butterfly crushed miles away may be what it takes for the town to survive. There must always be a cause to everything, you see. This is exactly what I was thinking on my way here. You wouldn't believe it, but some of my theories are quite similar to yours. What kind of theory? A bacterium of this kind could only emerge in a very specific environment, so I suspect that all cases we're dealing with have to have a common source. I so much hope it's true. If the source of infection is eradicated, the outbreak will cease. Why? The bacteria that have already escaped into the open will expire very soon. They can't survive without living blood, and whenever they find blood, they immediately deplete it, to consequently perish like a fish out of water. Well, this leads to a very simple conclusion. Find the guilty party and burn them. So you notice, like, the shift from entirely logical, even empathetic reasoning to just burn whoever it is, just do it, just kill them and be done with it. Then the age of blissful serenity will come down upon us. If only it was so simple.
She doesn't look like an evil spirit. She's indeed unlike us.
Yulia, you stand accused of a crime. Seborov wants to publicly announce it was you who visited the cathedral. Does he now? So these are the consequences of yesterday's conversation. A domino effect, no less. To what do I owe the pleasure of your company, then? Did you come to see me as a friend? Or in your, shall we say, official capacity? I've always been your friend, Yulia. What makes you ask something like this? I know they have found something that belongs to me in the cathedral. Let us see. A white scarf made of silk, a set of silver earrings with tiny emeralds in them, a gold ring made in the shape of a squirrel biting its tail, a pair of suede mittens, and a twirine flask adorned with a crude engraving of me. Is this all? They say that in their death throes, people were tearing the jewellery from the lady guest while she was covering them in her deadly kisses. They do say that, don't they? Though I feel more amused by something else. The rumours of a semi-transparent witch are obvious nonsense. But then how did it get into the cathedral? You've inspected everything else. Inside, did you not? The building was hardly prone to an intrusion like this. Not a single person died there in 2 days. Yes, the building was almost watertight. This cathedral is damned, Daniil. Your project required a miracle to bear fruit, yet no miracle would ever happen within this empty shell of a temple. Everything that has transpired was to be expected. The cathedral was breached because there was no possibility it wouldn't happen. These circumstances were ushered in by causes of a higher order. Might be right. I'm beginning to get used to your logic of concordance. I'll take your blood, and now I'm slightly suspicious of his self-awareness. All right, now let's run back to my microscope. And make sure you look after this bracelet. It's hugely important to me, really integral to my mission. I can hope and pray that Schmauder, that's what I'm after. It's been such bad luck, though. I've only got 2, and I'm going to need to use one on myself at some stage. Rubbish. What rubbish. It's gonna, the next day it'll get desperate. Was Yulia your favorite? That's a good question. I think you liked Yulia a bit, but I think you preferred Maria and Ava. I think if I remember correctly, when I got you to to play through it for me. All right. I don't. Yeah, the little boys don't have schmouter, but they might have some bullets, which is still helpful. Yeah, it's going well. Really, just after a schmouter. I mean, I don't know. Was Yulia the doctor's favorite? I thought Ava was, but it has been a while since we. How long since we managed to get that Pathologic tabletop together? That had to have been 3, maybe 4 years ago or something crazy like that. Yeah, it was a different age. Okay, oncoming microscope. Let's just wander back through the Chaos District, as it seems to be today. We've got another 50 billion robbers. 0, 0, 100. Okay. I'm gonna hope that I don't run into anyone else. I am. Should I take the risk? Should I go into another one? Yes, why not? Got 10 bullets, you know. What can go wrong? Probably a lot of things. Yep, like that. Okay, at least there's only 2 bullets. I think I wasted 3 or 4 last time. Let's drag out some of the bandages I've been harvesting from drunks. Nope. This really is, it's such a hit and miss with these. You never know. Some drawers, just like full of stuff for no reason. Others have already been long looted. Some houses are much better to loot than others. And I fear I keep choosing the wrong model of house, but all the good house models generally tend to be around here for easy looting. So I guess it's just the luck of the draw for today. Well, not luck of the draw, because it's preset every time which districts get infected. But hello. Crap. Follow me. Okay, that could have gone much worse. But 2 on 1-4 is bad luck of the draw. It's just unfortunate. At least I caught them both by the stairwell. It would have been worse if I'd stepped out into this hallway and one of them had been there and one of them had been there. It would have been bad. Okay, so some more yellow pills, which is okay, I guess. Like I'm still gonna need them, but what I was really after was more food. I'm starting to I'm not gonna eat 2 lemons and walk away from that feeling satisfied. So we'll see. Oh god, it's really a poor showing. Yeah, killed 2 bandits. I guess I got some money and a crowbar, and a couple of pills and a couple of needles, but still not really what I was after. Okay, we're gonna try the big liminal area upstairs where it looks like someone's moving in or moving out, and see if there's anyone up here. No, I guess since there's no one up here, the game might have decided to even that out by putting 2 on the middle floor. Oh yeah, another lemon. Just what I needed. Okay. Nothing. Okay. So not really the jackpot that I was after, but again, still got some stuff, so it's not a total loss. Didn't die, didn't waste too much ammo this time. That's all I can really ask. Okay. Continue our through the Chaos District. I find it really interesting people's relationship to this district in particular. There's a lot of very interesting replies I've had to my YouTube videos in that sense, that sort of when this district becomes infected, people consider that to sort of be it feels like the game is over almost, in a sense, like you've sort of already failed, which I find that really interesting, that people relate the personal space in a really symbolic way. Aspety's blood, Lara's blood, Yulia's blood. Okay, it all looks the same. Just stow this in here. Okay. What do I have to do now? Anything? I need to test the blood. Have I... Did I leave the infected blood somewhere? Is that what I'm missing? I'll go back and see Victor. Because maybe I didn't have enough space at the time. Either that, or I'll have to go back and see Ruben, or I'll have to find wherever I've dumped this infected blood on the floor, which will be very bad if that's what I have to do. But I didn't, like, it said, you have infected blood on you, but was I supposed to carry that for like days? I've obviously forgotten. Can't work in these conditions. No, nothing's been dumped on the floor here. Okay. I'll grab the 4 infected bloods back, and then I'll go see Ruben, because maybe it's at Ruben's place. That's going to be my other first guess. Ruben or Vlad, actually. We'll see, because it wasn't in that drawer, which is where I've stored all my stuff, which is a lot of lockpicks as well, which is really good to know. Goodness, so yeah, now I really shouldn't have stopped it to do all the extra stuff, because now maybe I'm under pressure for reasons that are beyond my comprehension. Okay, so what do we got? Lockpick. Just a lot of infected blood. Let's stow that in there. Stow those 2 bottles in there. Take that. Okay. Let's shuffle on. Eat that. Okay. So I probably was meant to carry this. If this was an item I've had previously, which I know there is an infected blood item I've had previously. If it was an item I'm supposed to have carried around, it really is like a no-brainer that I should have been carrying this stuff around. Seriously? I'm leaving. So it is a good way to incorporate narrative into play, and that you should actually be keeping track of all of your important evidence, which obviously I have not been doing. I haven't been paying enough attention, and if it did come up today, I do wish there was more of an indicator that I dropped something other than just a really quiet sound. I think I might have missed that if a sample was given to me and I dropped it. Was there? We caught the bacteria. Now we know what so like it's an item I should have, and I should be using that with the other samples of blood in my inventory. So it's obvious to me that none of the people who are being put on trial are actually guilty. We've had a look at their blood and seen that it's clean, but we need the infected sample to provide them with the evidence they need. So what's the time? Oh, plenty of time, 2 o'clock. So you got 8 hours to finish this. Hopefully it's in one of these 2 places where we search. And also hopefully it would be fantastic if these children had a schmouder on them. Hello. Yes, thank God. Schmouder. Okay, save. So I'm going to have to use that one on myself probably tomorrow, but we shall see. Also wondering if I should have... No, hello. Farewell. So nothing there. You sort of see the problem when you tie items that you can drop to important story progression. It does make you feel a bit silly for having forgotten them somewhere. Let's go back and see Ruben, because that was basically what we were meant to do. First thing he told us to do that the other day. So, got my gun. Yeah, get him. Okay. Got him. So yeah, as I was sort of worrying about, this is the day when the platform, the playthrough goes a bit off the rails, shall we say. So did I leave? No, I didn't. Hello.
We'll have to part our ways soon.
Best of luck, farewell. Yeah, so no infected blood, but I definitely had infected blood here. Okay. So I've searched there. Now I'm going to run back to the cathedral, and I'm going to guess that maybe I can gather infected blood from them, because I feel like that's a clue that I overlooked. I should have done some testing there. Or maybe, where else would I have left stuff? I think Aspertes and Sabarov. Okay. I'm going to try both of them first. I'll try both of them first, then I'll bounce back to the cathedral. So my mind's just going through like all the 1,000 different possibilities. Where could I have left it? So it's going good. Alright. The VOD for this is just going to have a long chapter on YouTube, like, forgot infected blood. Hunt for infected blood. Dropped all important evidence required to save the town from certain doom. Oops. Nothing here. Come here, gotcha. Just pick up a rat for no reason. I don't really know why. Got him. My reputation's back at full, isn't it? Yeah. 32,000 as well. Pretty good. Barter, do you have any good food? Yes, you do. 5, 2, 5. Another thing of vegetables. And I won't eat these out in the open because that's gone very badly for me before. And I'll let him deal with him. It's obviously going very well. Oh. So yeah, this has turned into a bit of an unusual day. I was kind of hoping to sort of throw off the kind of business. You can sleep there. There's a chest here though, which you cannot access. Okay. I could have sworn we could access that. Is that on? No. Maybe only Artemy can access that or something interesting. Okay, we need to go Sabarov, so let's go back the way we came. I definitely left a few things in Sabarov's house before. Probably haven't left it there, but we'll see. Really is, yeah, the color palette. Color is something that in a lot of video games really doesn't get talked about enough or thought about enough. I find particularly I thought the PlayStation 3 and like Xbox 360 generation was really shocking for that for a while. Like it was muted browns and grays and all these sort of really industrial colors that didn't always fit the tone of the game. You got, I guess it was like a push. It was almost a push towards realism in a sense, but it also made the player feel feel a bit like the games. The games were really homogenized, sort of all like they were coming out through a factory line. Fallout 3, yeah, huge offender. I get that, like, yeah, like it sort of emphasizes in a sense the post-apocalyptic atmosphere, like in a really like desolate way, but at the same time, it's a really hideous game to play as well. So while the theme of that particular color palette does work to a degree, like I'm willing to give them that. Um, yeah, like Fallout 3, I think like it's one of the it uses it in a valid way, but at the same time, it's also still exhausting. Like no matter what game uses it, and I think it might have felt particularly bad because we were so used to playing games or that already had these really grey and brown palettes, and all of a sudden we had this game that was like entirely that. There was no relief from that, other than like one area. This is going very poorly. Oh. And yeah, I've Fallout 3, very sort of uh, fatiguing, yeah, in that sense with the color. But a lot of the like most of the Call of Duty games, I know it's like very easy to pick on them, but they do that similar kind of thing. Okay, so I haven't left anything anywhere. Wait, does he have the blood on the floor? No. Okay, good. Goodness me. All right. Yeah, Uncharted 1 and 3 were very. They were sort of one of the few games that most of the time actually were willing to use green and blue, so some more natural colors, something to sort of detract from sort of very. I guess there was a big focus on urban environments or something. I can't even really articulate or like how just sort of how you sort of felt oppressed by by this monotony of games available at the time during this generation. It's been a while since I played the PS4 re-releases of the Uncharted ones, but I feel like they brightened up the lighting and colors a little bit um, from the originals, and the originals are still pretty good about that. So go away, rat. So the rat scares all the children as well, so I can't trade with anyone. Maybe I'll just pop into Lara's and then we'll go back out again. Okay, and leave. Alrighty. Hopefully we find another Schmouder just on the way. This has been one long walk for nothing. Okay, it's almost 4, so we wasted 2 hours. I'm trying to think of some good games from that generation that really used color well. Like, not just like better than the average at the time, like Uncharted. Uncharted is sort of, yeah, like just gently above. But I guess, yeah, anything that was willing to lean into sort of a more cartoony rather than horrible, bleak browns and greys, like, you know, all your modern shooters. Modern shooters, I guess, was almost the theme of the era. It was the big thing, wasn't it? I know Call of Duty's still like a big thing, but not quite as big as it used to be in terms of everyone trying to emulate it. One more thing. Give you this. Okay. So I didn't get it from Victor. Maria definitely didn't give me anything. I'm gonna be at my wit's end if I can't find it, if I can't get it from the cathedral. Where am I gonna find it? Because I don't feel I dumped it anywhere. But the game is like implying that like I already have it, so yep, I see that myself. Can I? What do you have to say? I do not believe the cathedral girl was Amara. Her intentions were good. They ran out of food and water by that time. She must have been trying to feed the weakest. Some girl, a lady. Yeah. We already know all this information. This one we're ready for that. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, like you can't interact with these bodies. I normally don't. I've got the no backseating tag, hopefully still there. But if someone wouldn't mind checking for me where I'm supposed to source the infected blood from, I know there's a really good walkthrough on the Pathologic wiki, because it's obvious I've just lost it somewhere. Like I'm supposed to have it, but I don't. Here, have this rat, everyone. I know you'll really appreciate that gift. Just trying to think. Yeah, so I feel like I bounced around all the places that it should be, because Ruben could have had it, but he didn't. Victor didn't give me a sample. I don't have a sample stowed anywhere and anywhere I would have placed items. Maybe I'll check Big Vlad's again if you guys can't give me any advice, because maybe I put it in the drawer there. But otherwise, I really cannot think of where I would have dumped it. Check this drawer again. So, gun, medicine. Yeah, no, nothing in there. It's not like there's another. Like, the game, like, what's it expecting me to do? Guess I'll just keep looking if there's no solution. If there's no easy walkthrough solution. I'll go back to Big Vlad's. I'll see Young Vlad, actually. See if he's got anything to say. Yeah, 3 was certainly, it was very saturated in specific monotones. Not just in that section, but there's the bit in the pirate ship graveyard was very, very grey, which it makes sense. But again, I think it was just like, for me, like it was just a thing of I was surrounded by all of these really monotonous games at the time, and I was just sort of a bit exhausted from having to deal with that all the time. It was sort of, it's like it was omnipresent. I generally think games have gotten a bit better about that, or maybe it's just the fact that I'm not so interested in what's being offered in the mainstream anymore, and I try and find things like this that actually use colors in a more structured and thematic way. Hello.
We promise according
Honorable
to
Bachelor, yes, the one and only. Surprised, goodbye. It's the strangest interaction he's had today. Okay. Alright, so if there's no obvious solution on the wiki that can be seen, because I've lost this infected blood somewhere, I don't know if, like, containers shouldn't despawn, because the one in Ava's house is not despawned, but maybe that's an exception rather than the rule. So if I put the infected blood in a drawer that despawns, then I've kind of screwed myself over for this entire day without actually realizing it. Which, to put it lightly, is a bad thing. Maybe I'll have to on stream break my my flawless playthrough. this playthrough has not been flawless, but we'll have to avoid doing this main quest because it's very okay. Where's this infected blood? It's provided an interesting twist to the day's quest, I suppose, that they've gone around and gathered all of the innocent blood really easily. But do I need to go see? Can I see Artemy? Like, there's no indication I need to go see him. That is the thing. But then again, this is Pathologic we're talking about. Who needs indication to go and do things? Okay, let's kick this door down again. And let's see. Hey, thanks, big ol' attitude. Thanks for the follow. That means a lot. It's always cool to have someone new join the frequently chaotic journey. Goodness knows I've. Oh, no, that's that. You're also more than welcome. Right now, I'm going through every container I have ever seen, and trying to find a single quest important item I appear to have left somewhere by accident. No worries. It's good to have you here. Okay. Does anyone have any suggestions? Dumpster diving any % run? Yeah. This is basically it. Though I must admit there's not very much speed currently. I'm just trying to figure out. So there was no one like. Did anyone have a look? Did anyone see any indication that I was supposed to have? Yeah, like because the quest log says right. We have caught the bacteria. Now we know what the blood of an infected man looks like. And a previous quest was all to do with examining the blood, which we got from Artemi, from a corpse, like up here. So I'm just trying to think where I would have, like, what I would have done with it if it's not on my person and it's not in this area. Because I'm just getting the suspicion that it's something that I was supposed to still have from a previous day, which is a clever like quest mechanic to sort of keep a hold of this evidence. Like you're going to need it. Don't put it anywhere stupid like I did. This is a warning to anyone else who's going to play through it themselves. Keep a hold of the infected blood when you get it. But God, yeah, I don't know. Because there's no container in the pub, I don't think. I didn't see a container here. Maybe I will have to. I'll go back to Anna's house. Like it's just. So the day started with chaos with that big conga line, and the day just continues with chaos with me searching every single nook and cranny for anything remotely useful. It's annoying. I'm carrying all the innocent stuff. But I'm missing this last piece of the puzzle. I think there's another quest that I had a similar problem with, not on the stream, but just on a general playthrough. Somehow lost an item, and it was painfully hard to get back, just because there's no indication of when your inventory is too full and you drop something beyond the sound that you can really easily miss. Excuse me, fellows. Don't mind me. Okay. Because I didn't... Yeah, like... A bag's despawn. So I left a bag on the floor here. So they despawn as soon as you leave the area. I guess you just stole it, did you? And there's nothing here. I could sleep. It's looking like I might fail this quest, which is just going to make the game more interesting. Which I'm hoping, as viewers, you find engaging. As the player, it's very stressful. I'm not used to this in Pathologic anymore. Feeling a genuine sense of I'm running out of time. So actually, this might also be good for me too. The novelty is back in the game, so I'm feeling that adrenaline rush again. It might end still in misery. Why do I keep going to the butchers? I know they terrible ripoff. Okay. Does Katarina's place have... Because I can't think of anywhere else. Can I sneak past this? Yes, I can. So I didn't leave it with you, did I? Do you have anything else to say? Is Clara with you? No, Bachelor Clara is not with us. Too much evidence says she is not who she is supposed to be. I think maybe I'm on the right track here. It's possible she is indeed Simon's murderer and spawn of the earth. We decided to banish her from our home and withdraw protection from her. They told me she was like a daughter to you. Everything has changed. We have no daughter now. She is a murderer, a liar, and a thief. Everyone has renounced her. That silly half-wit Grace is the last person who still associates with her. Where can I find her? Her place is at the Bone Stake. I see. So that's where they burn witches. And the thing is, Katerina sensed her inhumanity. But still, we approached her as if we knew nothing of her secret. I trusted Clara. She seemed to be an emissary of some benevolent power, sent to assist us in disposing of this atrocious plague. Now you don't trust her? Supernatural powers do not distinguish between black and white. They do not share human views on good and evil. To the human eye, the border that separates earthly evil from earthly good is thin and broken. That ancient logic is beyond our understanding. So now I found the thread that I should have picked up on before. This is another one of those awkward moments where you're meant to re-engage in the dialogue, I think. But there's no indicator that you should, which is both a good and a bad thing. Sort of more immersive. You should pursue every thread that you can, but there's no indication that he even had more dialogue to begin with. So I guess it's just something that I should have checked. I got lazy, and now I'm sort of suffering for it. So the rest of the day is going to be a race against time. I'll study her blood. There's one find her. Wherever it is most dangerous now, whoever she is, she still believes that she is here on a holy quest to improve the order of things and help the doomed. Of that there is no doubt. Alright, so now we need to talk with Katerina. So this is something I just should have checked before, but I just didn't. But I am enjoying the novelty of the game again. It feels fresh again. Hello.
My patrons have abandoned me.
So?
Expelled from their very house.
So, have you met the changeling
They'll pay
already?
for it.
Who? Changeling, the changeling. She's the spitting image of me, only she's a ghost, a demon. She is not at all, not human in the slightest. A foul, evil killer pretending to be me on purpose. I'm looking for her everywhere. It was she who brought the disease, on purpose. Whoa. What in the world are you talking about? Yes, she spreads the disease from house to house. That's how it gets through walls. People open their doors to her willingly. Those gullible children, they think it's me. I only found out today. People are attracted to her. They want to lay a hand on their lips and their heart. They want to touch her. You're talking about yourself. Stop trying to pull the wool over my eyes. Ask anyone. She's everywhere. She follows my every step, pretending to be me. Every time I get home, I even have to prove myself to my dear, my lovely Katerina. That thing is an evil demon molded of spit and bones. She'll kill us. She'll kill us all. All right, now calm down. You're hysterical. Exactly the same feeling, exactly the same energy as whoa. Just who? What? Huh? Please catch this loathsome creature. She's scared of you. She knows you've already almost killed her. Help us. Don't make me resort to brute force. I'm going to take a look at your blood. But you don't have a single needle. How are you going to puncture my arm? You're right. How in the world did this happen? I don't know. I didn't take anything. I'm not a thief. Never have I ever taken anything that didn't belong to me. But if you find some, do come back to me. I'll be waiting. I'll share my blood. Just catch and destroy that creature. Fine, but don't you try and avoid me. Okay. Still in here? Yeah, so...
I'm sick.
Alright. So I need a needle. Although, yeah, I should talk to Katerina as well. Not just Clara.
Why have the raiders burned Nina Kaina's tomb? They were supposed to be after the disease.
I hope this changeling gets caught soon. What a despicable creature, a product of the steppes' insanity, made of bones and clay. Who is it standing there? The girl? That's not her. How could you think that? Don't you see? This is my foster daughter, Clara. That's the one I'm looking for. But she's not guilty, don't you know? She is a saint. She is helpful and kind. She heals people. She's already dragged more than 100 men into their graves. She was at the cathedral. It wasn't her, it was some changeling that walks around under the guise of our sweet girl. But we drove her out and she crept to the cemetery, the proper place for this creature. She nestles there under the wing of the insane Grace. Our daughter can't stand her as well. To take a sample of her blood? No, never. It would be extremely impolite of us to besmirch her with suspicion. If we, through our distrust, offend the Grace that lives within her, she will lose her miraculous abilities. No, never. She will remain here on my responsibility. My spouse and I vouch for her. I declare this guild grounded. I assume the town hall and the governor's house are equally reliable in this respect. Undoubtedly. It was bitter sarcasm. Alright, to the graveyard. Okay, so we got that straightened out. That was really my own, all of my own doing, as I suspected. So we didn't have to keep a hold of any infected blood. We had to find the evidence that where such infected blood could be found in the first place, and that was sort of obscured from us. But in retrospect, not in a bad way, just in a way that I should have been expecting. But I'm glad this game can still throw some curveballs at me. Okay, we'll just track along the along here. At the end of the day, I'll use the smarter, I think, especially after that. Pop some more of these. So I walked straight into that cloud, but again, that's okay because we've got that Shimada to spare. As long as I can get this quest done before midnight. So we've got six hours left, which, comparatively speaking, considering how we started, is not a lot of time. So, I mean, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. It's a lot of fun. Love the droning eat. You gonna help him or? Nah. He's cool. He knows he's got it. He believes in his friend. Oh god. Oh, so now you step in, is that right? I say as I only just stepped in then as well. Okay. And jump. Rat jumping, it's the new Olympic sport. I really like, just like the guards don't care about the rats or anything. Here we go, here's another conga line. The AI in this game are just so sophisticated. I can't get over it. Just how varied their approaches are. Anyone getting some deja vu? We got some different music this time, I suppose. Some more tribal stuff. It's cool how you can feel the change in district just from the music. And we've got this. This is such a cool space. I haven't really had a chance to look at it in this playthrough, but I do really like the early 2000s texturing work on PC games. Is something I very much admire. It's an aesthetic that I hold very, very dearly to my heart. Like this stuff is really cool because it looks, from a certain angle, almost 3D, but that's just because it's a photo superimposed onto the texture. Like there's something really lovable about them, and also something that really dissonant. Like it adds to the feel of this particular space in a really cool way. I could gush about them for a long time. They're just really cool. I would like to know if they were taken from anywhere.
I'll manage.
It's hard. Not only do they need to be fed, but talked to as well. I don't think I've talked to Grace this whole playthrough. I need to find the words of comfort for them. Only then will they repay us with tenderness and joy. But now they are all anxious. Every single one of them is mumbling something. That's why I look so tired. Who are you talking about? Of the dead themselves. Do not assume that people die forever. Not everyone does. Some people live underground and only die out for the lack of care. You always have to knock from the side so that they don't fade away. You can be really tactful here and just be like, are you insane? But let me examine your pupils. Okay, now your pulse. Do you take drugs? No, it's Twire the herb. We sleep in the very heart of the steppe, you know. I'm all green because of it. It's high time for it at the moment. Can you hear how the ear is tolling? That's Twire. Unbelievable. The ruler should take some measures immediately. So that's the first time I've spoken to
Have you
Grace this whole
heard?
playthrough.
Turns out the source of the disease is one of us.
So still this really laboured, languished sort of speech, implying that they're just a few heartbeats away from death. Have you seen Clara? She's hiding in the infected part of town, most likely. Maybe somewhere by the station. A terrible person is coming from the capital to execute her tomorrow. She wanted to hide between the carriages, then slip onto a train and leave, but didn't want to do it without saying goodbye to Murky and Sticky first. Grace, does Clara have a twin sister? Shabnak Adders made a habit of pretending to be Clara. She came to me once, talked to me. I didn't realize it at first, and then I wondered, why was she so tall? So I looked down and saw it. She had no feet, just broken bones sticking out of her shoes. So scary. So scary. I was so short of breath, I ran away, and she had such an evil scowl, laughing. And what did she say? Lots of things. She even mentioned you. Said she was looking for you. Said she wanted to lure you into a trap, to fool the doctor. Said the doctor's not so smart, that she fooled everyone. She's going to fool him too. Turn his needles into hooks so he won't prick her hands. Damn. So we found out that, yes, we were screwed over by whoever it was that we saw here. Katerina has washed her hands. What is going on? What's the time? Okay. So here's the question, I suppose. Ways to tell if your homie is replaced by a monster. Number 1, too tall. Number 2, no feet. That, yeah, like I should put up a poster or something. Just be like safety regulations in this in this building. If you notice that your roommates are too tall and also have no feet, then you may be giving home to a Shabnak Adder. And yeah, whoa, wow, so scary. I would like to know how that comes across in the original Russian, whether it's a very similar sort of. For Grace, I'll let Grace get away with it because she's still a child and she's obviously mentally addled by the various pressures she has to deal with. But yeah, like the Bachelor, like his whoa, that's just inexcusable. I'm sorry. But yeah, like so many good life lessons from Pathologic. Like if you see a giant cloud of screaming faces, just don't walk into it. Otherwise, you're gonna get a cold. So it's just pretty common knowledge stuff that just a lot of medical textbooks don't really deal with, unfortunately. Yeah, then you might be entitled to compensation. Where's my lawyer? My friend replaced his feet with bones. The settlers who went to Oregon, yeah, they were just bamboozled by giant clouds of disease. It was just rookie mistake, but it happens. It's understandable. You're just not sure what will happen if you walk into the angel of death. So, hello.
What?
Where's the girl? Gone already. She darted straight after you as soon as the door closed behind your back. Didn't even take her a minute. I was positive she went with you. But she was your responsibility. She was. Heaven knows what it was. This cannot be. The thought never occurred to me. Soon you'll be the one to stand before the Inquisitor. Okay. Alright. Goodness me. Alright. So we need to find where she's hiding. So she either went to see Sticky or she went to see Murky. I have a feeling she went to see Murky, who lives in this train car. But I'm going to go say hi to Sticky anyway. Because I'll have just enough time. Oh, maybe I will, maybe I won't. We'll see. It's going to get touch and go. It's about to get touch and go now, I think. So you can all start placing your bets. Will he make it? Will he spend too much time dawdling and looking through trash cans? Probably. That's probably a safe bet. It's too easy, that one. God, it's like a hypnotic draw. Like, you know, I'm just compelled, you know, by the by the rusty trash cans. So alluring. It's this house. No, it's not. It's the next one. It's close. One of these doors is locked. It's this one. Yep. Wasting time. That's what I love. Nope. Nice place you got here. So yep, she's not here, but
A raider sect wants to burn our town. What are we going to do?
I found the carrier. Track the carrier down. Go there at once, or you miss everything. Who is it? Shabnak, the lucid-skinned ghost. I told you before. This is it. I'm sure it is. It's kind of bodiless, and it killed a man just by looking at him. We have to catch it. Where did it go? It's somewhere near the abattoir. All right, I'll have a look at your ghost. This is a side quest, so he's given us a side quest, which is a false lead. So I'm going to ignore him for the moment because I might not have enough time to deal with it. It's like all the way up here. What I'm going to... Okay. Strategize. The trash cans are much more helpful than the average NPC, to be fair. That is true. The trash cans are better friends than basically any of the NPCs you're going to meet. Okay. We'll cut. This is going to be the fastest way. We're just going to cut through this district one more time. So yeah, you can feel the pressure in multiple ways in this game. Time, as well as the omnipresent meter up the meters up the top that are really going to starting to get dangerously close to unbalanced. So I'm going to need to either eat one of my delicious lemons, or I'm going to need to actually get some sleep. But I don't really think I don't have the time to sleep, so tourniquet. Ugh. Let's just keep moving. We'll see what we can do. Rats. I hope you guys can hear the horrible little attack animation that plays every time they attack behind me. You can just tell how close they are, but they're not quite close enough because they like rear up to attack, so they just miss. Is the fight ring open today? No, it won't be. I swear the fight ring opens for the Bachelor at some point, but it must be pretty late in the game, I guess. Or maybe I missed my opportunity. Maybe it opens early. Maybe it's the other way around. Oh, that was close. Almost died. Well, not died, but I wanted to look at these cute little rats I now have as friends, but plague almost got me for my my hubris. So yeah, what's the time? So we've got 7:52. Yeah, look, I'm gonna have to go to Murky's carriage. Then I'm gonna have to go to the microscope again. I could go to Ruben's one, I guess, and then I'm gonna have to see Victor anyway. Possibly also Big Vlad. Possibly also Saparov. So yeah, I don't think I really have that much time to spare anymore. So I guess, yeah, might have to avoid the side quest for now. Come on, guys, like, you know, I'm not that biteable. Like, what is it about the Bachelor? Is he wearing, like, the wrong, like, perfume or something? Just, like, makes rats, like, hyper-aggressive? There's still cows in this field? No. So that's interesting. It's something I should have kept track of, whether the amount of cows in this field decreases as the days go by, as people like slaughter them to eat. So now there's none left, whereas on the first day there were quite a few. It's probably a detail that probably does exist, and that I should have appreciated earlier, but sadly, yeah, can't anymore. Gotcha. Okay, got them all. I'm going to cross the river rather than go over the bridge. Raton parfum for men. Yeah. You can imagine some, diseased, diseased bachelor, holding up, the perfume. It's like rats nibbling at his ankles, just looking horrible and exhausted. The rats lose again. Yeah. The problem is, though, humiliatingly, I know that the rats have won before against me. I think on my first playthrough, they handed me because I didn't know how to deal with their attack animation properly. It was horrible. Just what a singularly awful decision to add to add the rats into this game. Which car is it? Not this one, obviously. This one, yeah, you gotta climb up to it. Maybe it's not this one. Maybe it is this one, okay. Yeah, where's my rat protagonist? I want the rat side of the story. I wanna, just devour, Artemis for no reason.
What have you got there? 2 more hands?
She came closer, heads murmuring, so she'll eat your heart before you even notice. What's this all about? You can hide from her in the nursery, but not for long. Needy draws her wrong. She's the distaff. Who is she? I don't know. Tell that to your mummy. She'll hush you down.
They'll have to.
She'd make that up. Amara girl's looking for you. Beware. Clara? Yes, but you don't need her. You need a twin sister. She'll help you. She helps everybody. Clara is nice. The Mara is evil. The Mara is a Shebnek, a Marad, a Nastal. Where's Clara? What do you need Clara for? You need the Nastal that's pretending to be Clara. They're easy to tell apart. Right, how do I tell them apart? The Mara can't talk. Her words are like little spits of dirt. Filthy. She doesn't really sound very childlike. They really did the dialogue so much better in the other one, in the second game. Murky especially. I love Murky in the second game. In this one, she's just kind of there. People don't talk like that. An earth spills out of her mouth too. Where can I find her? She's hiding today. Everyone's hunting her and she's hunting you. Damn it, isn't there a single sane person in this town? Okay. How much time? I have so little time left. For some reason, my memory said that she was there. She was not there. Okay. So I was told, that she should have been hiding in one of those 2 houses. She was not. I was told she should be there. She was not. Okay. Alright. Who wants to decide? Yeah, anyone have any suggestions? Where should I look? Not necessarily from a walkthrough, just let's take one blind stab at it together. Because I have obviously forgotten. I really did think that from the point where I picked up this thread that I remembered where to go, but I've steered myself wrong. Because there's no it's just I found the carrier of the disease. Would know where Clara may be found. Where is she hiding? I really, boy, this game has become interesting again, What do I have to do now? I have to find Clara, or the Shebnek that's pretending to be Clara. But I've exhausted what I thought were my only avenues of evidence. My brain simply seems to have wiped the memory of the rest of this quest from my mind, which is really funny because I thought that was the end of it. But apparently it is not. So it's it's going to be tricky. I have to determine, basically in one go, because I don't have any more time to spare. Either I either I get this right, or I fail the day's quest and set myself back in a big way. So there's no no further hints. She just said she was hiding from me, and I could look in plague houses in the plague districts, but that would take me way too long. Maybe some of you in the audience are like rubbing your hands together and sort of like, "Ah, you fool, you missed the obvious clue," or "I can't believe you've forgotten what to do." Because so my first memory of this quest was that she is in this hut, but I now have come to remember that she only appears in this hut in Artemis' playthrough. There's a part of Artemis' playthrough where she's in this hut. So I think that's what I was getting mixed up with here. So I must have got another memory mixed up here. Oh, it's tough. It's tough. 8:36. Okay. So I can't talk to her and get any other hints from her, can I? From Murky. I'm gonna try that because I'm at my wit's end here. No, so I need to find Clara to get the infected blood, right? What's the wrong one? This is I'm looking for her to get the blood. The blood was not an item I should have had previously. The blood is an item I should find on Clara. But the changeling I met before, tricked me, basically. Said I turned all my needles into hooks. Okay. Can't enter those ones. Save. All right. Like, the implication that I've gotten from the dialogue indicates that she should be hiding in this infected district near the station because she wants to slip aboard the train. But at the same time, there's no concrete hint also in the dialogue that indicates which building I should be looking in. And I'm gonna facepalm pretty hard if she turns out to be somewhere really obvious. Because I keep thinking like I should go back to like Grace's hut or whatever. Like she'll be there this time. You can see why I might have forgotten. That's reassuring, actually. If there is a valid reason for my forgetfulness because it's all tied up in knots, then I'm wondering also maybe has the game pulled another day one Ruben where she's actually gone to the Crucible to help me, and I'm wandering around helpless, like looking for her when, in fact, she's in the exact place that I already need her to be. This is tough. I feel like I'm really making a big call here because I either walk here and check and see if my initial thoughts, which I'm pretty sure are wrong, that she's in here, or I check here, but that doesn't seem right either. Or I check here. Now something is telling me to check here. It's almost, it feels like I should roll a dice or flip a coin or something, you know? I hope this is interesting, though. It's not just me running in a rote way through the game. I'm actually having to make dynamic decisions about the outcome of the game, which is interesting. So there's no Grace here. Like, I doubt this increases my chances. Can I just ask, without you revealing, are any of my 3 suspicions correct, or am I like wrong on all of them? Turning be the wheel of fate. Okay. Okay. I'd like to say it's here, right? The main reason I'd like to say it's here is because that would mean I'd actually have time to finish the quest. Because I get here, or I'd get here. No, I'd go here. I'd go here. I'm doing it. I'm going to the house. I'm going to the house. Don't worry about don't districts are terrible in this game. This is the only one I remember is like this is the moor or the mouth, I think. And then this is the stone yard, and this is the aviary. No, aviary. Can't remember actually. This is the crude sprawl. Knots is one of these ones, I think. Let's just do it. Let's go with a decision. Let's see what it brings us. I've got like something on my brain switched on just before, and was like maybe. I think I'm remembering something. So I'm gonna go check. I'm gonna go check this. If my suspicion is wrong, then I've basically failed the quest. So it's all down to the intuition of my tired brain, which is just fantastic. But I think this has turned out to be positive for the analysis anyway, or for anyone who is later going to be watching this in terms of trying to identify how the game stresses you out, and it's through this. I mean, it's slightly unfair, but you do have to make these kinds of like judgment calls based on the little cryptic information that you're given, and that's not entirely fair. Just like this guy throwing Molotov cocktails at me, that's not fair either. Like, and that guard doesn't even care. No, stop it. Okay, come on. I'm powering. Yes, thank my intuition.
I'm surprised you're still alive.
I don't like there must have been divine intervention or something that struck then that caused my brain to like, no, all three of those options are wrong. She comes to the house. She tries to help you. Hi, Clara. Just like Dankovsky comes in, like hugely sick. He's like been chasing her down all day. He's at his wit's end. Hi. If you so much as move, you little tramp. Were you looking for me? May I touch your forehead? Clara, you're being accused of the premeditated murder of several hundreds of people. The victims are still being counted. The method of murder, deliberately infecting them via personal contact. Were you the cloaked woman that was seen in the cathedral last night? Of course! I'm not denying it. But I was trying to help them. And I did. I've cured a lot of them, promise. I fed them water and offered gifts. Because this way it was easier for them to believe, and that's very important. Placebo. Huh? When I was leaving, I was sure I'd managed to cure them all. I must have missed someone or something. I know it's my fault, but I swear I wasn't the cause of all this. My heart would have sensed that. Although I have to admit, I'm confused already. Give me your hand. I want to take a look at what's going on inside you. Don't move. It'll hurt a little. Yes, of course. Right or left. I don't care. Stand still. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm about to die of exhaustion, hunger, and infection. I, I have the blood. Clara's blood. Julia's blood. Assume you forgot because you had talked to Severov properly before, you won't have already analysed the rest of the blood. Yeah, so I think that's meant to be the natural... Yeah, that probably is the natural progression, isn't it? But yeah, her blood isn't infected either. Do I talk to her again?
It's not me, I swear. I'm all alone against the world, but it's not my fault.
Her voice actor in this, in Pathologic Classic HD, I really love her voice actor. It suits her character really perfectly. Unlike some of the others who sound a bit strange, she sounds exactly how I imagine her to sound. Hi, Doctor. Hi, Clara. I've taken a look at your blood. It's the strangest blood I've ever seen. It doesn't contain the thing I was looking for. Could I have lost this battle? I've mulled it over, and here's what I think. Hand me over to the Inquisitor. Shocked face. I'll have to talk to him anyway. You have every right to do that, don't you? And most importantly, you won't be making a mistake. Why? I've mulled it over, and, well, people must be right. The key to this mystery, the mystery of the disease, must have something to do with me. Even if I'm not the cause, I'll help the Inquisitor get to the bottom of all this. He'll find a way to extract the truth from me. On a rack. No, not going to happen. Well, I never. Are Inquisitors allowed to torture people? There's another great face. The voice actor really is amazing. I'm glad you agree. She's does a really wonderful job. With so few lines and probably with very little direction, carrying across this strange mystic character. You didn't know that. You must have been born yesterday after all. Whatever I do, I can't avoid meeting him. So why don't we just fix it so that it will be you turning me in? That'd be a great victory for you, wouldn't it? Why are you frowning? What would be the value of such victory? The real foe has not been identified yet? Or do you expect me to behave like they do? To engage in wishful thinking, lie to everyone and myself? Like those who are in charge of our fate and who I despise so much? No, I refuse. Okay, I did it. I finished the I finished the day's quest. That was much more stressful than I was actually planning for it to be at the beginning of this day. So let's put all the blood in the down there. Okay. All right. So we got not much health, so I'm going to need to bandage up. Then I'm going to smouter. Then I'm going to bandage. Then I'm going to eat. Then I'm going to painkiller. Then I'm going to sleep. So you can see a schmouter is only really an option if you have the resources to work alongside it to make it an option.
The day is over.
Whew.
Your timely efforts allowed your supporters to remain unharmed. A new mime performance is being rehearsed at the theatre.
You're still here, just standing here. At least you're not tall. Although you're tall compared to Dan Kosky.
My hands are tired and my palms are tingling.
I feel like I'm going mad. What did I do to deserve so much hate? So many hearts have taken me in already, but now, beg your pardon, it's me who's going mad. I'm the madder one. Okay. Here's one of the few cutscenes in the game. Makes an impression on a lot of people, this one. Yeah, I had to do the important check. That poster on my wall, it tells me all I need to know. She's so cool. And that's how you make an entrance. That's one hell of a character introduction. I think that really says everything that needs to be said. All right, let's. I'll go and watch this theater performance, and then I'll finish. I think for the week. I think that was a particularly long day because I didn't get to sleep at all. And you notice that now that I'm not infected, they won't attack. Hello, I'm just about to finish, but it's good to have you here. I'm just going to watch this theater performance for day 7. Okay. No, not Britain. Want to barter? What can I? 7. Yeah, I'll take some smoked meat. So now this district isn't. I should have got the map. Oh well. What can you do? You know, what can you do? All right. Let's witness madness here.
Someone could have ended up at that stake today. I was lucky to escape execution. Bachelor was noble enough to let me go.
Unbelievable. Sanpes is not a person. It's been proven. But who is the source? It's not the girl. That much is obvious.
You can escape everyone, even the Inquisitor's vengeful hand. But you can't escape yourself. The Earth Sister is breathing down your neck.
What shall we do?
It feels like the whole world is against me. I can't get this noose off. Is execution unavoidable?
Calm
Stop
down.
moaning.
You can remain a tool or become a rebel. The choice is yours. Men struggle in nooses, but puppets walk free.
Just these really bizarre crimes. I do really like the facial expressions and the cutscenes. That just sort of, it's like the Bachelor like looking around like, whoa, huh? You wouldn't harbor a step monster. That did the piracy ad at the start of all those DVDs. All right, yeah, I'll finish there. Kiwi. I've never heard it like that before. But yes, close enough to Australian, isn't it? So yes, I'll finish with this here next week. Yeah, I plan to do a longer stream. To do a longer stream of Silent Hill 2. So I'm gonna aim for. So would I, to be fair. Yeah, I'd download a Step Monster. So yeah, it's going to be. I'm not sure how long. I mean, it'll depend on the energy level that I have. I'm aiming for 4.5 hours at the minimum. We'll see if we can push it for an hour past that, but any further, and I think I'll be completely and utterly flattened. But it's something I'd really like to do. Whether we get through, I don't think that'll be enough time to get through all of it as I'd originally planned. But I've been thinking about it. And my own health is more important than completing Silent Hill 2 in one sitting with plus analysis. But anyway, that's the plan for next week, and then after that, I'll either finish that Silent Hill 2 playthrough, or I'll jump straight back into this and get this finished, because we are getting pretty close to resolving the end of Dankovsky's strange story. And if today's playthrough was any indication, I have absolutely no idea, or I cannot really remember what's coming up next with any certainty. So it'll be exciting. It'll be unpredictable. It'll be stressful. Hopefully, it'll be funny. But thank you to everyone who tuned in. It's been great having you. Stay safe, everyone. Have a good week. I hope to see you when I play Silent Hill 2 next week.